Weird is really odd.
It doesn't feel. This is what I see when you call me.
Yeah.
So this is the view of.
This is the view that I get. Yeah. Should we just go live on everything? Should we just fuck it? Boop. Boop.
Have you turned on data instead of Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's data on mine.
Because your Wi-Fi is
hocking. I'll just turn it off completely. It's weird because obviously we're the ones producing the sound. We'll see if anyone joins. Hello, someone's joined us here. You're the first person to join us.
I don't think we've got anyone on.
We've got 2 people.
Like ever yet.
Let's go. Whoa. Hell yeah. Hello everyone. How are we all doing? Hello Christina.
Hello people. I have a feeling.
Hello, we've got someone from India. We've got. Oh my gosh, the crowd is coming in. I think I am.
Yeah, I think we're discovering that Ilona has a budding career in streaming.
I just love.
You can do all the talking.
Chatting. Am I allowed to swear? Do I get special permission to swear on this live stream? Howdy!
Crowd. What do we think? Is Ilona allowed to swear? All 70 of you over there. I think so.
I won't be able to hold it in.
Because the truth is, I swear like a sailor, but you wouldn't know it from our videos. So.
Oh, okay. I think because it's scheduled for 5 on that one, it's like counting down. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Right.
Oh, how are we all doing?
Very good.
Is it Friday? It's Friday today, isn't it? I can never keep track.
I have not got the joys of being self-employed.
I know. How is everyone's Fridays going? What are we all up to? How are we celebrating the week ending? You can't hear us? Oh no!
What do you mean? On that?
Can everyone hear us? Everyone, let us know if you can hear us. Just woke up.
I mean,
yes. Start your day right.
Alan, who just said hit that like button, gentlemen. Yes.
Thank you so much. Can everyone hear us okay?
Yes.
Right. YouTube is saying yes.
Everyone see us.
Let's go.
Hear us. Do we have your full
Casey, don't go out. Stay with us. We're much more fun.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, it's because I asked you what you were doing, weren't you? Fair enough. What are you doing with your evenings? Give me some details.
Well, it's not
I want to know.
It's not evenings for everybody.
Oh, that's true. In America, it's like lunchtime. How are we celebrating our lunches? What are we eating right now?
That's a good question. Yes. What are we eating?
What's everyone having for tea? Loud and clear. Lovely. Look at that. Audio fine. Gorgeous.
Are you both married in spirit? No.
Marriage is too expensive. Have you seen the cost of weddings? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the wedding tax.
I've played enough of them.
Abysmal. I know.
We just had Ali Drums. Do you remember we met her at a UK drum show?
Oh yeah.
She was saying hello to us.
Oh, hello.
I think she said, did you say
I don't know where to look. I've got 3 screens to look at.
This is so intense.
There is a lot of people saying hello.
Going on right now.
Oh my gosh, how are you guys? Been playing guitar today. Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Lasagna ready meal. Very nice. I am terrible at cooking, so I do live for ready meals. So I appreciate a good ready meal. You just have to know how to season it, and then you can make any terrible ready meal taste great.
Tulsi tea because I'm sick. What's
Tulsi tea? Oh.
I'm assuming it's good for cold / being ill.
How's my practice going? Well, that is a great question.
No, wait, you can't say a thing.
All right, I'm not allowed.
You can't tell them what the,
I'm not allowed.
Truth it is.
Fish and chips night tonight. Oh, yes, very nice, Jess. Tell us about the new book. There's a new book every week. Yeah. There's a new ebook every week. There's in the description of at least the YouTube chat. What's this person saying? This most British live stream. Yeah, and I'm French, so I'm the one bringing all the Brit right now. We have a new ebook every week. Yeah, you can go in our descriptions for everything and our link trees and our bios, all that lovely stuff. And we do a free one every week.
Is this week's 8th note coordinated?
No, yes it is.
So
it's I sent out the email campaign today.
Grooves that have 8th note hi-hats, basically.
Yeah, all about spicing up your coordination, unlocking those limbs. How has everyone been watching the series where Emma's been teaching me drums? What have we been thinking?
Yes.
Am I terrible? You can be honest. I'll allow it.
You might cry a little bit.
It's been a struggle. Self-confidence. Honestly, our amazing editor Bex has cut out a lot of me just crying.
Especially from the final performance. Yeah.
There's so much of me just being like, I'm so terrible at drums. And yeah, so the videos that Bex has edited make me look so much more positive than I actually was.
Yeah.
There was a point where I went to Emma and Chris and I was like, should we just pack this in?
Yeah, let's just pack it completely.
Shall we just stop?
Yeah,
because
I'm not.
I'm just concerned that everyone's going to find this really boring because it's just me being like, I'm rubbish. Let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you guys. Are we a couple? Sadly, no. She
have a
won't
feeling.
accept my love and admiration.
That's just not true, is it? That's just not true.
I've asked her for her hand in marriage
it's
many times.
You're taken, babe.
Only by a man. Doesn't count. Right, let's answer some actual questions and give you guys some useful information. Yes. So, what are your drum questions? This person is saying, Christian is saying, I have been playing drums for a few months. Sorry, I've got a wire in the way, and I've gotten really good at it. Do you have anything that you can advise me so I can practice? Well, I think we need a bit more information.
Yeah.
We have a bit of an epidemic on this channel of vague drum questions. We want to help. We just need more info.
What drum kit should I buy?
And no other info. Yeah, what kind of thing have you been practicing? What have you been playing? What's tickling your pickle?
Tell us your qualms. Imagine I am a drum doctor.
Yeah.
Who is vaguely uninformed about a number of topics, but knows quite a lot about some. So I can help you on specific ones.
Drum doctor. Oh, so this person's having fish soup with curry, masala, rice, and carrots. Bloody. All right. You don't have to show off. Show off, Roy, at your amazing cooking skills.
Okay, we've got a question. Any tips for not burying the beef?
Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Yes. I also want to know the answer to this question.
It's a really good question. I think for me the key is like when you're imagine this is your pedal, this is your foot. And if you have your foot further back, so you should be having your toes on the pedal and then the ball of the foot is the thing that's giving you the weight. If your heel is naturally when you're resting your foot, if your heel is raised, it should be easier to not have the beat.
Yeah, so instead of it being like your foot going on tiptoes to just flat, you're kind of doing that. Yeah, essentially.
But the important part is that when you're in your resting position, your heel is still off the pedal slightly.
Yeah.
It just means that you've got less force resting through the beater.
Yeah.
Basically.
Do you have any good gym exercises people can do to improve?
That would imply I've gone to a gym once. I went to a gym once to do work experience.
Yeah. People going to the gym to just doing weights just for their fingers.
No, I was thinking there's a really good guy on Instagram to promote someone else who isn't us. But he's like a drum. He's actually like an ergonomic drum doctor guy who can explain how you should be doing everything properly, which is really helpful. That I can't remember his bloody name.
That's convenient.
But you'd recognise him if you saw him. Basically, look for someone who knows what they're talking about with the rest of that thing.
That's supposed to be you.
It is supposed to be me. But I think there should be more openness about people when they don't know things, right?
No, to be fair, so that is actually something. So obviously we do lessons on our website, and I have just asked all of the teachers on our website to give me specifics about what genres and what areas they actually like to teach. Because when you're trying to decide on a teacher, it can be really hard to know. You already know what you like, but you're kind of just shooting in the dark with whatever teacher you are picking. So that is something that we're adding at the moment where they're like, I like doing this. And sometimes you don't expect it. You know, we've got a new teacher who's like, seems very, normal. He's like, I love death metal.
Normal.
He's like, I love death metal. And you would never guess it from looking at him. He just seems like the average Joe, very sweet and polite, lovely, like London accent, but like posh London accent. And he's like, yeah, I love dirty death metal, let's go. I'm like, oh, okay, dark horse over here. I love that. Right, let's look more questions. This person's doing their first in-person lesson tomorrow. Oh, amazing. Good luck, Isabella. Have fun with that. This person says I'm doing fine. Thank you.
I'm glad you're doing
fine. Do we like metal drumming? Emma is, I wouldn't say is an expert.
I'm not an, well, I mean, it doesn't mean I don't like it.
Sorry.
Oh, do you do metal drumming? Not really. Well, most people define metal drumming as double pedals. So no, not really. But
we have an expert of metal drumming in the household right now, but we've banished him upstairs. That's his computer, but we've banished him away.
Well, I think there's someone asked if I was going to do a course, like with your videos where you're learning how to play drums.
Yes.
But I learned how to play double pedal, and that's been something that's kind of been in the back of my noggin for a while. But because of where I'm currently living, it will sound like there's a jackhammer going off all the time. And for learning how to play double pedal, you're going to be like, and that's just going to be.
That would be interesting
bad.
though. Emma learning some genres. I mean, every time she posts the reggae video, it's incredibly controversial. So it might be good for her to get some reggae lessons.
The entire internet just goes up in flames.
They're like, no.
Like, oh.
They're like, stop doing reggae. I mean, everyone shouts at you.
Can I just hang on? Let me explain myself. Right. This all started because I did a reggae one drop. Right. So
she's setting the record straight.
So the thing was, I simplified it to quarter notes, so it's virtually barely recognizable. But it technically is a one drop, and I put it in the new drummer's toolkit because I'm here to be accessible. That's why I'm doing it.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah. So that's why I do know a little bit more about reggae, but honestly, not that much. More than you do, probably.
Yes, I know absolutely jack about it. Martin says, I've had drum lessons, but years ago. I can hold the beat and play by ear. What does that say about my drumming skills? I mean, probably means you could be able to get back into it if you tried. I feel like it's one of those things where once you've gotten the fundamentals down, even if you've not been actively maintaining it, if you wanted to pick it back up again, it's a bit like learning a language. Like it is exactly like learning a language, actually, because it is a language in and of itself. Yeah. So, like, you know, for example, I was born in France. You wouldn't be able to tell from my aggressively British Surrey accent. Yeah. But French was actually my first language, and I spoke fluently, exclusively French until I was 4. And then we moved here, and I had to speak English to understand the teachers at school, because education is important. And I forgot French, but I've been trying to Duolingo it, and there's a lot of stuff that I still remember, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of naturally, grammatically hits the ear right and wrong, because it stays in your subconscious. And even, you know, if it's been a while since you've played the drums, you'll probably be able to sit down at a kit and the muscle memory will come back. So just have a go and revisit it. You might be surprised.
Play some more drums.
Something that I do with vocals to kind of check in with myself is that I pick a song I really want to be able to sing, and I will have a go at singing it, gauge where I'm at with that, what my struggle and pain points are and stuff, and then not necessarily practice that song, but through general practice over time, revisit it, and you'll be really surprised at how much easier you can do it again just from like doing general practice. So having like an anchor point can be really helpful. What's this person saying? I can play my basic rock beats 1 to 8, but struggle soon as music is played, and then I muck it up. Any advice on how I can be better? I've been learning for 6 weeks.
So 2 things. If you want to, and this is your name was Christian, I think. I'd first of all just stick to the simplest beat possible, and really know where your count is. So make sure you count when you play it by yourself, and then sync that up either with a song that is, again, dead simple and not too fast.
Yeah.
And if you can, a click, because again, that will help just gel the 2 sides of everything together. It's one thing to play everything in the right order, but then you've got to actually sync that up with something. So this is where the counting helps to lock those 2 things together. The other thing is learn how beats sound, like the melody of them. So if you've got like dum dak dum dum that, I'm not thinking about the notation. I'm thinking about how it sounds.
Yeah.
So it's kind of those.
Get into the groove, man.
You gotta feel it, man.
You gotta feel it, dude. We've got this person, Manalo Romero. What a name. That's a very elegant name. That's a good name. Greetings from Paraguay. I've started playing drums a year ago. Emma's videos helped me a lot. Thank you. What exercises will you recommend to improve independency? Independency.
Well, there's so many. And it also depends on how advanced you are. But we did recently, Annie did 4 workshops on independence.
Yes, she did. A lot about the metronome and independency and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know if the ebooks.
She even has a book called Independence Day. If you are signed up to our mailing list, you would have gotten this book a couple of weeks ago, and it was part of one of our free. Actually, I think if you go to Love to Learn Drums /free-workshops, you should be able to get that book. So
yeah, if you can't, Bex, find that comment.
Let's see.
Just gonna make sure we get you your book, guys.
How soon should I start practicing with brushes, and which ones can you recommend?
I can't recommend any specific brushes, but there's going to be 1,000 YouTube reviews on those. There's never a moment where it's too early. If you want to be getting into playing brushes, then there isn't really a point, because playing with sticks and playing with brushes are two different animals. Entirely.
Yeah.
You remember when we went to Dramazon and I explained, like, I went between different sticks, right?
And they sound so different.
And they are, and there's a different technique.
Yeah.
You're basically making shapes on the drum when you're using brushes, so it's completely different coordination. So there is no, you may as well start now, see what happens. But you won't be able to do it on electric kits. That's the only thing. The mesh won't respond.
Yeah.
It's not meant to do that.
What kind of techniques do you use for 2 16th note kick drum hits?
Yeah.
At 160 BPM.
Right.
Doing,
Okay, so you're going to go to YouTube, where you are right now, apart from you guys.
Open a fresh tab.
Fresh tab. You're going to look on our channel for the one video where I talk about bass drum technique and getting faster bass drum, because I mentioned the different types of technique that I use. There's 2, basically. If you've got smaller feet, like me, dainty, elegant, demure,
itty bitty toe committee.
Right, so you can either use heel toe, which is where you use your heel and then your toe, surprise, surprise, to get 2 notes. But if you have larger feet and they go past the end of the pedal, you won't be able to achieve said first note. So you can disregard that if your foot doesn't fit. But then there's the normal technique where you're doing things like toe and then ball of the foot. So how in depth do I go with this? Watch the video. I explain it there with like my actual foot. So go there.
Let's see.
I need this bit. I love
this. Brian Thompson's got a gig tonight with his band. Waiting for his brand new Yamaha stage custom kit to be delivered.
Classic.
That's going to be the best delivery ever.
Yes.
It's like your favourite Amazon delivery that you're ever getting.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Emma is gorgeous. Is she married to me? Sorry.
Where is it?
Sorry, lads. She's locked off. My feet are large, size 13 UK, and I have a really hard time doing multiple hits on the bass drum using any technique, despite trying for about a year. Should I get a new pedal soon? I was going to say this because for a lady, unfortunately, I also have large feet, and I just felt like I was really shit at. Also, I thought I was really bad at bass technique because I just couldn't make things work how I wanted to, and I felt like there was too much foot happening. So do you have advice for people?
I'd say before you go out and buy more stuff, because as drummers it's so tempting to just go and buy more stuff.
You just want an excuse to get a new pedal.
Make sure that your bass drum pedal is set up correctly, and I really do want to film a video about this at some point soon. Because it's probably a case of spring tension. So look up a video about how to adjust spring tension, see what feels better for you. If you know that you're doing this, well, it's hard to know when you're beginning, but like if you know this should be right and something is still not playing ball, then check out the spring tension and any other settings you can change on your bass drum pedal.
People are giving advice in the actual chat.
Yes, do it. Also, if you
help each other out.
If you want to give each other more advice and actually have a conversation over Discord, then you can, because there is a Sounds Like Emma Discord. Come join. There's so many people.
The tail on Instagram's asked if we're going to be at the Europe Drum Show.
No,
I don't think so. No, we don't have the money. We're too poor.
You'd think with this many followers, it'd be better.
It'd be better. It really doesn't. No, we haven't got the money. Sadly, we can't afford to go to Germany to do that. I think it's in Germany. Is it Germany? Yes, I think it is. I think it's in Hanover. We'd love to next year. Maybe. Fingers crossed. What are your views on the internet drumming and live playing? I don't really understand your question.
Internet drum. So I'm assuming you mean like people doing covers and stuff online versus actually just playing in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The world's changing.
I think you just have the thing is that you're just going to have such a wider reach online because the potential is limitless versus in person. I think they both have equal they both have merit. You know, to make real, genuine, useful network connections in the music industry, you need to go out and talk to people face to face and actually just make friends. It's not, don't come up to being like business. Don't do that. Just make friends and the opportunities will naturally come. but online is where you're going to get your biggest reach. So I think building a portfolio online is like the most valuable thing that you can do, because then when you meet someone online, you can be like, follow me on Instagram. You can see how amazing I am, and then it just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see, we've got some more questions.
There was a comment just over here a moment ago talking about I don't know how to pronounce your name, but how to stretch your hand after drumming. Can you give any tips? The main thing I'd say is, well, there's a bit of that.
Christopher Keeling.
Yeah. Well, that's before. You probably want to do that before if you want to get blood flow to your hands. But the thing that people do, which you probably shouldn't do, is you overextend. So doing stretches like this actually overextend or hyperextend the muscles, and you don't actually want to do that. You might also see people use sticks and like stretch their wrists and stuff. Don't do that. Doing this, obviously getting blood flow, doing a bit of this. Afterwards, if you strain stuff, I actually used a stick to like roll. Oh, it hurts.
Do a little demonstration.
Hurts like hell sometimes.
Afterwards, but that's like a little quick massage.
For a long time, I had like not a strain, but like kind of a knot in my. Actually, it was from my copious amounts of Minecraft. I swear.
She's not even making it up. She was so obsessed. Lockdown was lethal.
I had a very specific mouse, and so I was doing this all the time. And therefore, I got a little kind of something in there.
Yeah, she had one of those weird ergonomic mice where you like hold it like that rather than that. And I don't think it did much.
So now I'm doing this, and even now I feel it. Oh, but it got rid of it, which is really good.
This person's saying, I generally play open mics on a cajon. I have drums to play, but get anxious about playing fills and fapping it up. And this has shown up in a jazz workshop I've played in. What advice would you give? Wirecut engineer.
Have drums to play, but I get anxious about playing fills and fapping. Keep it simple. That is the main thing. The whole point of being a drummer is holding time more than any other flashy thing, as much as we want to do something flashy. So I just keep it simple, because a band will appreciate you holding time, even with simple fills.
Some of you are just doing it now.
Yeah,
just doing the exercise.
It's so good. I like it.
Everyone give your drumsticks.
I look like I'm starting a fire.
We're going to do this together. Everyone, grab your drumsticks. Let us know you've got your drumsticks in the chat. We're going to do some exercises.
I'm going, if you go over this bit, not too hard. This is not medically.
Oh, yeah, you can feel it. Oh, I can imagine if you've been drumming, that's going to like feel achy.
Because you're doing a lot of.
But it's just a way to help like ease out the tendon. But yes, Donna Pearl, Ilona, will you continue your drum lessons? Thank you for all you do. Can you please tell my wife Rhonda that counting is non-negotiable for drummers? She's a rebel and doesn't want to.
It's non-negotiable.
Donna, I love your wife. Rhonda's a queen. No one can tell her what to do or take her down.
Well, this is me saying it is non-negotiable. If you want to stay in
Mum has decreed. Will I be continuing my drum lessons? I would like to, but I don't actually have access to a drum kit anymore. We were thinking of, so obviously in the series that we've been doing, we've been learning Criminal, which is a song from our band, and we thought we'd follow it up by learning another song from our band, and then eventually I could just play drums and I can sack her off. It'd be great. I'm joking. But because she is actually secretly, no one knows this, she's actually a very, very wonderful singer. This is a little secret and like to hold inside. And we would love to be able to sing together more. So if we can swap roles, that'd be kind of fun.
That would be rad.
She would do a much better job taking over my role than me doing the other way. You know, every time we do a gig, she gets the biggest applause. It's very annoying. It's supposed to be about me, and it's just not anymore. What's the point?
Depends what outfit I'm wearing, I think. It depends.
Let's see.
There was a question.
Yeah, you check on the Instagrams.
Have you tried playing with 2Bs? Yes, and it's ridiculous. If you
tree trunks.
That's what I call them. Is tree trunks. I think your man Ryan likes playing with 2B, but basically they're just absolutely mahoosive. The only time I was told it might be advisable is if it's for a stamina training thing. So if you're trying to build up wrist strength, like someone was doing one of our tutors back at ACM was doing a Led Zeppelin gig, and he was training by using 2B sticks so he'd have enough force to hit like John Bonham. So I mean, that's the only reason I can think.
We're running out of questions.
Loads of comments though.
People, come on! I need to know your burning questions. What's keeping you up at night? We're going to solve this right here, right now, from my office.
If we're married or not. I think that seems to be the one that people are just dying.
I think maybe they're just sad they weren't invited to the wedding.
I think it's true. Yeah. Yeah, it was an amazing
It was a
wedding.
wonderful event. In the back garden.
There you go.
We had McDonald's.
Yeah. Keep that queer baiting going.
Have you ever played Four Sticks by Led Zeppelin?
No. There's that answer.
Unfortunately. Well, there we go. What's your Jammin' Jessie? Not sure if you saw a question. What's Jammin' Jessie's question?
Up there, yeah.
Oh no, hold on. Oh, okay. Hi. Any advice for a disabled person recovering from partial paralysis for learning the drums? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. That sounds really stressful. I'm thinking of getting an e-kit to help learn to use my legs again, but I've never played drums before. I think that'd probably be a great way of exercising, to be fair.
To be honest,
I'm going to assume that you're doing, what's it called when?
Physio.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're doing physio. Talk to the medical professional first.
It will probably be that they say do it for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
But the good thing about drums is that what I always tell people, and I told you as you were learning how to play drums, is you want to put your brain in different limbs. So it really forces you to hyper focus on said limbs. So it might be good for reconnecting said neural pathways, but I'm not an expert. So there's only one way to find out. And I'd love to know, please do tell us, drop us an email actually, how that goes, because I don't know a lot about disabilities and then
it would be really interesting to speak to more people about that, because we do actually, I see comments from people like that. You know, a lot of our audience, you know, isn't teenagers. You know, we're all mature adults here, right? Mature, questionable. We're not the mature ones, but everyone else is. And I think that this is actually very applicable. You know, we're always championing that you can learn drums at any age, at any stage of life. You know, you can make it work. If it's something that you want to get into, don't let any excuses stop you. And age and ability in terms of, you know, physical ability should be involved in that. So I would, you know, we've been filming more and more podcast episodes. I think it'd be really interesting to get some guests from our actual audience who have real life experience that Emma can't necessarily comment on and give their perspective.
Sure.
So yeah, shoot us an email. I'm sure someone from the team will put our email in the chat, and we'll get involved. We'll get chatting.
Yes.
Horace is saying my left hand has a stiff middle finger. Oh, don't we all? And double strokes are difficult to speed up. Right hand is all good, but it feels pointless and my left can't keep up.
Right.
I feel you. Preach.
Yeah.
My left does not want to coordinate with my right.
Left hand boot camp.
Left hand boot camp.
And I think the equalizer is free, the e-book that goes along with it. However, that's more full of exercises. What you probably want to do is do left hand boot camp, because that's literally a couple years ago, it was the first course I ever did, because I sorted it out. Basically, I sorted out my left hand. All it really is that these muscles just aren't playing ball. So the one I always show people is flipping the stick over and doing this.
Yes, I think this is actually really helpful. I found that even visually, I found that
it
very
also
helpful to see.
Forces you to engage the right muscles. So when you flip the stick over, you know what kind of territory you should be in. It's got nothing to do with the rest. It's all up here. But yes.
This person said, any tip for someone who just wants to learn to use a Roland SPD? Not actual drums, want to use. What is an SPD?
That is, you know, the like sample pad. Vicky uses it a lot.
Okay.
I mean, it's still the same stuff, like hand exercises. You might want to go more down, like if you just want to work on hands, maybe marching band, like just rudiment, right, left stuff, just hand to hand stuff. If you're not going to worry about feet, then
I was going to say we've been thinking of doing a workshop on pad workouts.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, because so on our membership we do weekly workshops, like group workshops on various different drumming topics. We've also got online courses like Coordination for Drummies.
Yes.
You can get the matching book for that, the Equalizer, for free on our website. But yeah, we've been thinking of doing a pad workshop, and we are going to start doing. But a lot of people came to our free ones that we did like for 4 weeks straight, and that was really awesome. We had like a really lovely community of people coming. So we're thinking of doing a free workshop a month to just like open that out to people, and then, you know, every week they would otherwise be on our membership. But definitely check that out, and if that's like a popular thing that people want to do, because again, we're trying to encourage people who are brand new to drums, don't necessarily have the money to like buy all of the stuff. Starting out with a pad is amazing. So we can do a workshop on that, and if people are interested, then they can come and have a good time.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see, any advice on playing to a click but sounding relaxed and natural and not like you're thinking? Yes, please answer that question.
It's the annoying answer of just doing it a lot, and it comes with time, because as your natural timing improves as well, your internal metronome, and that is something you might want to work on. Though I feel like if you just type in internal metronome, there'll probably be 1,000 different exercises that come up, I hope. But what was the question?
It was, hold on, I think it was basically, how can you learn to play to a metronome but not make it feel really stiff and rigid? Like make it have because I actually really struggled with this, and I think it will come up in the next episode of Emma teaching me drums, is that I basically had a crisis where I was convinced that I didn't have a sense of rhythm. It's one of our lessons, is like, I think I've discovered that despite doing music and singing since I was literally born, no rhythm. It's not there. It's just not happening.
You've got nothing.
I've got nothing left. So I think, it's a tricky one. I guess for me, what I would do is I guess I'm a vocalist. So I really came at learning the drums from the perspective of a vocalist and someone who's always learned melodically and accessed music melodically. Is that I kind of just like sang like 1, 2, 3, 4, I would like put it to a song and put it to a melody, and actually that really helped me lock into the rhythm but make it groovy and not make it just feel like I was rigidly just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. It like made it musical and therefore helped me get into the flow.
What might be good also is playing along to a track. So you've got things like Moises, right? And I feel like I've mentioned this before in other places, but that's the app that listens to the song via AI, and you can separate tracks. But what it also does is it can put a smart metronome to things. And so you can have the track along with the click. I know also with Drumeo and stuff, there's things like that when you play along with songs. So having the click as well as the song, and maybe sometimes turning off the click and just listening to the song so you can develop feel might help. But if we're getting on the more micro level, what's probably happening is
slow it down.
Yes, slow it down. But actually slowing it down can be harder because you've got bigger gaps between notes.
I found naturally I just wanted to go faster. Like I hated doing really slow metronomes when I was trying to learn Criminal. I would just be like, I just want to speed it up. I just want to get cracking, because the song is
the song as well.
I know the song obviously so well. So for me, I'm naturally wanting to push it.
The thing is, when you try and do something fast, all the things that are wrong on a micro level, so a bass drum that's slightly too early, right? You won't hear that going fast, but as you slow it down, it will become agony. And that's the thing you want to iron out, because that's the thing that's making it sound like it's not sticking with the click. There's my 2 cents.
This person's asked a very important question. How much diddle could a paradiddle diddle if a paradiddle could paradiddle? That's got a beat to it. I love that. That was really satisfying to say.
My answer is some.
Little and many.
Some.
But
diddle it does.
Have you ever done a show with a migraine? Yes.
You have.
I have many times. I have a chronic migraine condition. Did I ever mention this in a video? That's such a niche question. But yes, I have suffered from migraine since childhood, and I have done shows. And annoyingly, so painkillers. We're going to learn a little pharmaceuticals lesson right quickly. So you should. I wouldn't recommend this. Probably not safe for everyone to do, but. A thing that I do before I sing and have to play live is because I've been taking painkillers from such a young age for my migraines, I can safely take like ibuprofen, which I think is, what's it in America? It's like I can't remember the American name. Ibuprofen.
Not there, don't know.
It's like an anti-inflammatory, and it really helps actually open up any like closeness or roughness I'm having with my voice. But I can take it on an empty stomach. Fine, because I've got an iron stomach from having painkillers for so long, because I've got a migraine.
Is that how that works?
I wouldn't recommend it, but
I don't think
I have had to do shows with migraines, and I've had to do shows like I've literally had to take codeine before to get through a show because I was in so much pain. I was actually the Ribcage release show. It was like a show that we had put on. We brought our friends to support us. We were funding the whole thing, running the whole thing. And then I was like, oh no, I can feel it coming. So yes, I have done that. In terms of recommendations that I would do, just make sure you're drinking lots of water, make sure you've eaten and you've got lots of blood sugar happening.
Not too much, because otherwise you'll crash.
Not too much, but you'll crash. But whatever you need to kind of get through the set, that's kind of how it feels like in that moment. All you care about is smashing the set. But what I really found is actually once I got going, the adrenaline of performing completely erased the migraine, which was kind of fun.
I went back.
No, It actually got rid of the migraine completely.
We discovered the solution
It's
for
just,
migraine.
yeah, actually the adrenaline and the excitement of being on stage and performing and just snapping into that role actually really helped. So, you know, just take the time that you need. But yeah, so someone said, seriously avoid ibuprofen if you can, it's not very good for you at all. Obviously, I'm a unique case because I have a serious medical condition. Yes. I wouldn't recommend it to the average Joe.
That's my medical advice from Love to Learn Drums.
No, it's
nothing to do with that.
Any advice other than to slow down for 16th and 32nd notes and ghost notes?
There is no real other option. It depends entirely on what you're struggling with it. Because, okay, so the thing, let's take single strokes as an example, right? There is a gear change that happens. So you're starting with like wrists and then you convert to just doing fingers. So there is a weird, like awkward zone. So what I do to practice that is like, say you're doing 8th notes to 16th notes, I jump up a subdivision and then swap technique. So I'm just doing short bursts of the harder technique just to train the muscles into it. So you can go right. So you're kind of jumping between the two. That can help basically.
Yeah.
Because there is it's not always a case of slow down, which seems insane considering how much I say it. But yes, things like that where you require a specific technique that requires rebound and you're using physics on your side. There is only so slow you can go to play doubles, for example, with the correct technique. So you're right.
Someone in the chat on Instagram said, I've just ordered 600 monsters and a lawsuit is coming your way. Also, someone also asked in Instagram what the name of the band is. It's Ilona Hang. It's weird in French.
Good luck.
All the links are in
it.
her bio.
Yes.
If you want to look us up on YouTube, you'll be able to see our stuff tagged everywhere. I think we might be a connected channel. I'm not sure.
Yes, you are connected to
Maybe,
Sounds Like Emma channel. I'm not sure.
But yes, you will be able to find us in Emma's link tree. What's the secret to buzz rolls, Emma? What's the secret?
The secret.
The people want to know.
The secret.
I feel like if anything, it's quite easy to accidentally do buzz rolls.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean,
when we've been doing the drumometer challenge at events where you have to do as many single strokes in 20 seconds as you can, we have to put up a big sign saying no buzz rolls, because people will get insane scores and be like, look, I beat this professional drummer. It's like, no, you just buzz rolls the whole thing. So
I don't know if there's a specific, I mean, it's counterintuitive compared to other rolls because you are actually pressing, it's called a press roll alternatively because you're pressing into the drum or whatever you're kind of playing on. I was just looking at that because I'm like, actually, I could use that as a practice. But it's about as many basically rebounds in a smaller height. The lower you are, the more bounces you'll get in a short space of time, so the buzz will be. So without showing you, it's a little bit challenging.
I mean, you could use this.
Could do. Do you have sticks? Don't you?
I do have sticks.
Let's see if it actually can. Emma buzz roll.
Can Emma buzz roll? We're gonna find out today. Someone also, whilst you're doing that, has asked. Getting right up and close to the microphone. Hello, this is an ASMR stream now.
Careful, we'll get more viewers.
Advice on playing across the beat.
Across the beat? Do you mean across the bar? And
Maybe, yes.
There is one answer to this. Ilona, what do you think it is?
Whatever Emma's about to say.
Oh, would you look at that? It's called counting. For the love of Christ. As soon as you are trying to get out of the box of a bar, you have to count. You have to know where you are because all of a sudden it's going to go tits up if you don't. And that is professional advice from me.
I'm not allowed to swear, but you can say tits up. No, that's not fair.
The audience said you could swear, and I said
did they?
I said I said yes. So tits.
Any recommendations for electronic drums? F notes. Yeah. There we go. That's the answer. Our drummer's always thinking in 16th notes. Are you thinking about 30 seconds? I've been playing for about a year, and I don't think I can get to 30 seconds or how to count it. That sounds terrifying.
30-second notes are a bit of a bum. Gonna be real. And I just think of them as twice as fast as your 16th notes. So when I'm thinking about counting it, I just count 2 notes as one sound, so 1 E and a, because I don't actually even know how you phonetically sound out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's going so quick as well. You just have to stop thinking about it. So 1 E and R basically.
Break it down into the different things. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're playing it that fast as well, you're not really. You be a little bit more mad if you're at that point.
What's the code to crack the backbeat of a particular groove?
What's the secret?
Everyone wants to know the secrets to the Holy Grail. I don't know if we have them.
Fully understand the question. Cracking the code to the backbeat. Is that what it was?
Yeah, basically. How do you unlock how do you figure out the backbeat basically when you're trying to learn a groove? Is what they're asking. I guess just break it down really simple.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
get it to its.
So the pulse and the backbeat are two different things. The pulse of a song is the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right? And for me, the backbeat is the thing that bounces off that 1, 2, 3, 4. Right?
Yeah.
You've got that 2 and you've got that back and forth, basically. So that's what you're listening for, all the time, literally all the time.
Yeah.
I think the question might also be about kind of how to feel into your groove a bit more, and that's more a case of listening to what you're playing. And it's a very hard thing to teach because it's not an academic thing, not really. So I can't be like, you have to put right and then left and then do this and then say a prayer to some magical god. That's not how it works.
I wish it was.
I wish
so
it was
much
too.
easier.
Oh my god.
That's why I said in episode 1, I'm like, can we not just mind meld and you can just magically teach me drums like that and I don't have to do any work? That'd be amazing. This person saying, is there a Discord for this channel? Yes, Jam and Jessie. We do have a Discord. It sounds like Emma Discord. You can join it. Anyone can join it.
There are loads of people on it.
There are quite a few people. We don't talk on it enough.
No.
We should talk on it more.
But I
But
just
talk to each other.
I wanted to
lots
make
of friends all talking to each
I
other.
wanted to make a
Great.
space where people could just talk amongst themselves and share
A
videos
friendly
and
place that
YouTube
people
stuff,
can just
so.
openly talk and share your music and stuff like that. It's cool.
Yeah.
One of our team will join it.
Direct you.
Pop the link in the chat.
Just very subtle. Pop the link in the chat.
Chris, Bex.
Team.
Let's see if we've got any questions on Instagram. Do you know anything about Moroccan rhymes?
Absolutely nothing.
What are good sticking patterns for drum fills?
All of them, I guess. Paradiddles, inverted double 6-stroke rolls. That's the kind of holy trinity.
Is that another vague, unfortunately vague question?
Yes.
Hello there. My name is Wheelchair George. That is a great name. Solid. Tells everyone what you're about straight away. Yeah. But you can just call me George. Is there an easy way for somebody like me in a wheelchair to do a drum roll on a snare drum? Needs some help and some thanks. I don't know. I mean, the great thing about drums, inherently a sitting down instrument.
This is
so, in terms of accessibility,
it's on your side.
It is on your side.
Oh, that's a good
I guess
question.
I would assume that there must be drum kits or drum setups online configured specifically with wheelchair users in mind. I feel like it would be strange if that wasn't a thing.
Yes.
Where you can position the drums that are accessible to you whilst you're in your wheelchair.
The issue is that obviously if you're sat in a wheelchair, you
can't have
your legs are stuck in a very specific position. So trying to get a snare drum on top, and if you get one on top, then it's too high to actually do the thing. So I don't actually know, but I feel like I've never looked this up, but maybe us finding out a bit more about accessibility.
It would be really interesting to explore this more because you
use triggers and stuff to have like things going on in the background while they use their hands. So it's got to be possible. There's got to be a way.
Have you ever accidentally let go of a stick and hit your singer? I have. Brian. Naughty.
I don't know if I've ever hit you, but I've
you definitely flung it across the stage.
I mean, I hate to think how many sticks I've got. That's just.
Have you both always been gay, or did you ever have boyfriends before?
Who the hell?
That's for us to know. We need to find out.
Oh God! You are stirring this pot. It's like this has got nothing to do with me. This is all you.
Are the girls in a band together? Yes, we are. If you scroll up in the YouTube chat, it's our my YouTube channel is linked, and you can watch our music videos of us doing groovy ass music.
Girls in a band. Yeah.
Thanks for all of your streams. Have been an inspiration.
We
Thank you, Rowdy, for watching.
The exact same.
It's never too late, Ted. It certainly isn't. Someone was saying that they've just started. Just saying hello from Chicago. I'm happy to do this because there's a wire.
Yeah, there's a microphone, there's a phone, there's a wire, there's a lot going on.
I'm just learning the drums at 60 years old. Hell yeah, Ted!
Whoop, whoop. Yeah,
we've got students who are in their 70s. Honestly, you can never be too old it's never too late ever.
No.
And we've got people who absolutely love drumming. You've got a regular student who books you for like an hour and a half all the time. I think he just likes chatting to you. But he's great. He's an older guy and he's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he even really needs the help. I think he just wants to pay for Emma's friendship at this point.
No. We talk. He is such a diligent student. You don't have to do anything. It's like guiding the ship occasionally, but it's a lot of fun to do.
I think also when you're learning, when you're older, it's actually a really great way of kind of exercising your brain and keeping
There
mental...
are actual studies that I think support it being good for combating Parkinson's and Alzheimer's.
There we go. It's good for your health.
All the degenerative brain stuff. It just helps kind of fend that off a little bit.
If you look at our page on our website, if you go Love to Learn Drums /crash course, you'll see all about the 28-day fast track drummer course that we do, and there's a whole list of excuses that people love to give, and one of them is I'm too old, I'm too this, I don't get technology, blah 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 blah, and we debunk all of them, including the age one. And we even link a study where you can read about how drumming can actually be really good for you when you're older. So,
and it's good for kids too, because
excuses.
I went up 2 sets in maths when I started playing drums.
Okay.
Got better at counting in it.
I'm not. Oh, they're joking. They're not really married to each other. We're too convincing.
Yeah, we're too good.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm 9 years old. We played next to each other. Oh, this is an Enzo. This is someone saying they met you at the bag show.
Oh, yeah. Where is this?
Enzo, drummer boy. 9 years old. We played next to each other.
Yes, I saw you playing. You were amazing. Everyone was staring at him while I was trying to film videos. It was fantastic. Everyone just stopped because we were just like, well, this is the best thing that's happening right now.
Do you have any tips for transitioning from e-kit to acoustic kit? And don't apologise for adding questions. We need more.
We need questions.
Keep them coming.
It's quite literally a Q&A.
That's exactly what we're here to do. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Yes, transitioning from e-kit to acoustic. What's your advice, especially hi-hats?
It's quite literally a question of just the time, because your body will adjust. It's being conscious of potentially what potential bad habits you've got into. So big ones that people get when they move from e-kit to acoustic is dynamics. So for example, if you've had an electric kit where you've just happened to have the snare drum up really loud,
absolutely cranked like me, so it gets pingier and pingier as the series goes along.
If you do that unknowingly, especially if you're kind of new to drums, that probably will happen somehow. You'll just change it to be like, well, I can't quite play the right way, but if I just turn up, it's fine. So those little things all of a sudden show themselves quite horrifically sometimes in a very upsetting way. So just be patient with yourself and listen to what your playing sounds like and be objective and go, okay, I need to tweak this and I need to change this, and potentially having a lesson with an instructor might be a good idea, just so they can give their 2 cents.
Brings me on to the topic.
Would you look at the sales?
I know. Because someone else is asking if you do lessons. So Emma does technically do lessons, but she doesn't really have the time. Yes. Unfortunately, her schedule is very, very packed because we've got her locked in a room filming videos. So if I were you, I would recommend looking up our membership, because we do one-to-one lessons. You can either choose 2 lessons every 4 weeks or 4 lessons every 4 weeks, and we have a whole range of amazing instructors who have been highly vetted, and they are fantastic. Really, and along with that, you get the workshops, you get 50 ebooks, a million courses, all of this stuff. And you can book lessons that way, and we would highly recommend giving them a shot. We also do taster lessons, so if you want to just try before you buy kind of thing, you can. We've got a link about taster lessons, I think, in our trees as well, so have a little look at that.
And if you want me specifically then just drop it.
Yeah, drop us an email if you're adamant that
Yeah.
no one else can do the job.
To be me and no
It has to be her. Then we can send you the booking link for that, but just be warned that the calendar will be very sparse and there won't be many available days.
Yeah.
When using an e-kit, do I need special speakers or headphones?
I
don't think
actually,
you do, no.
I prefer headphones just because the noise issue just is non-existent, and you can just get instant response straight away. So I always liked it being close up. Some people prefer the vibration of having a real amp, but that is entirely up to you.
Sounds like your accent. Are you from the UK? Yes. Let's settle this.
Very, very UK.
English.
Unbelievable.
Very English.
English.
If she did a 23andMe, it would be so white.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
That's not true, because the amount of times I get told I'm either... Wait,
that's true.
When we were...
There is a little bit of Italian swimming around in there, we're
someone
sure.
said I was something... When we went to that spa in Bucharest...
Yes. We went to a spa in
We
Bucharest.
did go. The firm. It was fantastic. Highly recommend. They said
Non-spawned,
I was
which we were.
Middle Eastern, just because of my schnoz.
That was just them calling you a big nose.
Yeah. And also I think my skin tone, because I've got slightly yellow skin tone.
Yeah.
But very
English.
English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Australian, not Canadian. None of those things. Been trying to talk my dad into it. He banged around a bit when he was young. So yeah, neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. That's a great word.
Yes.
And all of that has a lot of grounding, I reckon. Absolutely, Rowdy, 100%. Like the amount of benefits that he would get. Also, I think it's important to do something for yourself. I think when you get older, it's really easy to prioritize your job and your family and all of this, and not really have any hobbies that are like just for you. I think learning an instrument at an older age really offers that
great
as well.
Yes. Sod gardening, play drums.
Emma looks a tiny bit Indian. That's a new one.
You know what? I am every woman. It is all
I'm every woman.
Don't get us copyright strike.
Any tips on how to get down the para rapper part from a pum para rapper? Get the
hang on, this one.
Any tips on how to get down the para rapper part from pum para rapper papa papa? That's the best I can explain it.
Callie, the short answer is no.
The long answer is no.
Not a bloody clue what you're talking about.
I've started learning again after 20 years off. Any tips for moving on from the basic beats? I'm struggling to move the bass.
Struggling to move the bass. Started learning in 20 years. Okay. This is a tricky question to answer, because it's kind of like it's hard to tell where exactly you are technically. We have an ebook probably that would be good, but it depends where your reading's at. Again, many questions. But probably the master groove sheets.
If you are struggling to get back into learning drums and you do have prior knowledge, I would recommend booking one of our free coaching calls. There will be a link in the YouTube chat that someone in our team posted earlier, because that's, not a paid taster lesson, not membership, completely free with a drum expert, and you can be like, this is where I'm at and I don't know what I'm doing, help, and they will be like, right, let's sort you out and give you the advice you need and get you on the right path. So definitely do that. Book in a free coaching call, because whether you're a beginner or you've been playing drums but you're really hitting a wall, you don't really know where to take it, you don't really know how to practice, you can ask the coach about our 28-day course, because the whole point of the crash course is to really help give you the kick up the arse that you need if you're feeling really stuck in the mud of I don't really know how to start, I don't know how to practice, I don't want to build bad habits. It eliminates all of that, because you've just got someone holding your hand every step of the way, telling you exactly what to do so that you can't go wrong. Link is pinned. Amazing.
Look at that.
Ilona, the saleswoman, doing a great job. Thank you.
You are absolutely.
That's why they pay me the medium bucks.
Almost.
What can I say?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Have you got any hacks for freestyling? Because I know how to play a lot of styles, but I can't quite freestyle on my own. That's a good question.
Well, the thing is, freestyling comes from having a lot to pull from, basically, and also maybe connecting a little bit more to your inner drummer, what's coming through you, man. Because as long as you really, fundamentally, most songs have a snare drum on 2 and 4, and the hi-hat's probably on 8 notes. So as long as you're following that convention, you can kind of weave about however you want. It's really that loose, to be honest. And you know you can play a lot of styles, so it's kind of asking yourself,
just steal bits from all of them and
what
experiment.
makes those styles. And if you understand what makes each style the style, as long as you're applying those core things, then you can make anything sound stylistically appropriate. Big words. So yeah, that's what I do. That doesn't really help because I'm just saying, just gotta feel it, man.
We've got someone asking about advice on Zildjian cymbals. Unfortunately, Emma's not necessarily that much of a gearhead. She likes what she likes, and that's about it.
I like drums.
Generally, you like drums.
I like drums that sound good
in front of her that sound good, and she'll crack on. She's not very good at specific recommendations because we get these questions a lot. But we are planning on filming some future videos in collaboration with other people who do know what they're talking about, places like Drummers and stuff like that, who can actually give genuinely helpful advice, and putting together a drum buyer's guide, because I can imagine there are so many drum kits on the internet, and it's changing all the time, and you don't know what's worth putting your money into and what isn't, and all of that. So you know that we really want to put something together.
And there is no one size fits all.
There really isn't. I would say, I mean, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. Go to a drum shop if you have one local to you and experiment. The people who work there will be more than happy to help you and advise you and guide you through the different styles. You know, I went to a drum shop recently, and I basically was like, what are the difference between all the different snares? Like, if I was buying my first snare, what am I looking at? What are the options? What's the benefits of everything? And bless, the guy literally went through like all the different types and did a whole demonstration for me, and it was so sweet.
And how much do you remember?
I remember a bit. I would have to look at it was a while ago. I say recently, it was a while ago. Yeah. If struggling with a song, is it better to play a bit of it at the correct speed or more of it slowed down?
More of it slowed down.
Or best two birds, one stone. A little bit of it slowed down.
That's good. So I probably cut it down to individual sections and then glue the two together.
Yeah,
separate sections together.
That's how we did it for Criminal with the series that we've been doing, and that has really helped. Like doing like literally just the verse and just get the bloody verse down, and then you learn the chorus, and then you're able to kind of learn the transition as its own thing. You spend the session learning, having to go from 1 to 2, and then eventually you'll be able to kind of sew it all together. I'll definitely be joining up when I grab an e-kit in a few weeks. I bet it's cheaper than paying for physical therapy in America. I can imagine it probably is. As we all know, the healthcare system in America is tragic. How should I get a cowbell? Yes. There you go. That's the answer.
Question.
Get a cowbell. They're fun.
Get a cowbell.
We also have an ebook on cowbells actually. So if you're on a membership, you can download. You can download that from the ebook section. What's your favourite bands in rock metal? Mine is Maiden, AC/DC, and the usual good ones from the 80s. Emma is an old soul, to be fair.
True. Oh man.
There's so many. I like Fleetwood Mac personally.
Yeah, I mean, how many people don't like Fleetwood Mac? I actually actively like to find the people who
it would be weird if someone was like, I really don't like them. I'd be like,
yeah. I mean, I grew up
weird
with
behaviour.
Early Iron Maiden and the first album of Metallica, so I have a very specific narrow window of Metallica that I actually like, and it's the high pitched stuff, the thrashy stuff.
Controversial. I don't like.
I'm not really that. I only like the first.
I don't like his vocals.
Yeah.
They don't do it for me.
Yeah.
Find them very distracting. Find it hard to enjoy the rest of the music. Yeah. I'm sure instrumentally, I'm sure it's cracking, but I'm so distracted by the vocal, it just doesn't work for me. You inspired me to put up the drums, and now I'm a band drummer despite 10 years of guitar. Any tips of improving flow and sharpness? Well done you for picking up a second instrument. That's awesome. Any tips of improving flow/sharpness?
Flow and sharpness. That's an interesting thing.
What does sharpness mean? Yeah.
I'm guessing that means accuracy, like overall timing accuracy, and that comes with time, but also maybe a little bit more diligent work with, I hate to say it, Lance, but the metronome. I know, but that's the only thing that's really gonna sharpen things up and really finding the pain points of where you're really not as sharp as you could be.
Someone's asked
this.
It's the Nido ice cube.
This is the big Nido.
I'm obsessed. I have a little one. I have medium ones.
We need to contact them.
I know. We need to get a sponsorship immediately. I'm upset. Emma's convinced it's a really good.
You can use it as a drum pad and also stress relief.
It's just a really good stress toy. I love it
This
so
thing
much.
is like this is a 2-hand job.
It is. And then this one's it's a squishy one. Someone asked if you do in-person lessons. She does not. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, lads.
Unless you pay me to fly out.
Yeah.
With a hefty sum on top.
Let's see. I want to give some more love to the Instagram crews.
How are we doing Instagram? Sorry, we've been staring not in your direction.
I suffered a mild stroke about 4 months ago and I have improvement in my right arm, but not 100%.
Yeah.
I find some of my drum fills are slack. How do I fix the right arm dilemma? I guess just, especially with the complication of a medical issue like that, it's hard to give general
it would be
advice.
Irresponsible, to be honest with me, to try and fart out an answer on that one, because I don't have the medical backing to understand fully. I mean,
take it easy and have patience with yourself. Like, it's not a skill issue. Do you know what I mean? You've had something really serious happen to you, and you have to have the kindness and the patience with yourself to you know that it's going to take some time and work your way up really slowly.
Maybe fine motor stuff. So even, you know, the kind of turning the stick over thing, just literally slowly closing the hand like that. Like, because that's probably, I mean, it's hard to know if you've got like a larger area muscular issue or a finer motor control issue or both. But I'd say that's the big one that you'd want to try and, if you want something specific to focus on, maybe a bit of that. But that's as far as my advice could probably go, unfortunately.
Let's see, we've got some more questions on YouTube. First song I should try to learn, or should I not try and learn a song first?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning a song.
I think it helps with motivation, because when we started the crash course for me and Emma, we knew that we were going to learn Criminal, but we started with just exercises. But I found it hard to enjoy learning those exercises without having the context of them being in the song. So Emma changed tack and was like, cool, actually, let me just try and get you onto the song. But by teaching you the song, you will inherently learn these techniques and these grooves and stuff by learning the song, because it's in a context. So then it's fun to play because you know what you're doing. So maybe try that approach. I guess it just depends. Like, once you start, see how you're feeling, and maybe switch up the approach if it's not working for you.
The one that always gets given is Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
That is a really popular one. Yeah.
It's medium, slow tempo, or Yellow by Coldplay, just something that's basically the same groove all the way through. AC/DC is often said, but it's actually quite fast, and sometimes it can get a bit more technical than anything. So that's maybe not the first port of call. So something like that. To be honest. Also, someone over here on Instagram just said they want to draw a caricature of me, and I say yes.
Do it. Bet.
Do it.
Someone here said, do you like Jeff Buckley? Yes. I love Jeff Buckley. I have his album on vinyl. He's so good. I love him. It is painful creating new pathways in the brain. It is. You feel yourself learning. It's fascinating.
When I was a kid, I have a distinct memory of coming out of a drum lesson, looking at my mum, going, "It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts."
I really felt like,
and it just like
because I've been singing since I was apparently literally in the trolley in Tesco's, which is a supermarket in the UK for our US audience. Apparently, I was singing Disney songs like. Literally since I was a toddler, I have been singing.
To be a fly on the wall.
So I've never had to like actively teach myself how to sing. I kind of just always just done it by singing songs that I loved, teaching myself the techniques by copying the vocalists that I liked, and I've just learned and self-taught. And then I've had some professional lessons to improve my technique and make sure that I'm doing things healthily. And so drums was the first time. Like, I've learned guitar before, but I really struggled and hit a wall with that, and I stopped. So learning the drums. Such a new thing to try and learn. Like, didn't have anything that I could like map onto it. Like with piano and guitar, you can kind of reference them off of each other. Yeah. But drums is so different that I would really, you could feel the pathways forming in your brain. The amount of times I would really be struggling with something, but then go to sleep and it would be totally fine the next day. Yeah. That happens so much. I'd be like, I was really struggling with this and it's absolutely fine today. Like, I don't understand. Get lots of sleep and rest.
In fact,
let those things
double down on that. So if you have a specific thing you want to be better at by the next day, practice it just a little bit before bed. Like, you know, when people like, did I give you it was the toboggan.
Yes.
Like, imagine playing it if you know you've got it memorized.
I actually did that. I fully did that.
Yeah,
I pictured playing it in my head. It's a little bit like if you've watched The Queen's Gambit, where she's like playing chess in her mind on the ceiling. I kind of make it akin to that a little bit. Let's see.
We're gonna have to wrap this up soon.
I know you've got a lesson at 7. You're gonna have to go.
I know.
Play a little bit more fun. I find it hard to use.
Big up Tesco.
Big up Tesco. Big Tesco. I'm trying to find a question. Do you have any advice for left foot independence specifically? There's a lot of people going, well, the left side doesn't work.
Left foot specifically, I would just start, like, basically backtrack, which is a painful thing to do, I know. But let's say you've taken the path of like, okay, I learned 8th note grooves and then I learned 16th note grooves, right? You have to go back to the beginning, do a straight 8.
We have to go back.
But have, for example, a quarter note left foot going, and it will get easier. So it won't take as long as it did to learn the grooves initially. It's just about learning the muscle memory of how that foot falls with the bass drum and relation to everything else. So once you start to get that, it will happen quicker than the original process. So it's not quite as painful. But I recommend doing quarter notes and also 8th notes. So you're stepped. We call that stepped hi-hat. So it's syncing up probably with your 8th notes on a ride cymbal or something. If you want to take it to the next step, put it on the offbeat, which is all your hands, and then cry. That will make you cry. Sorry.
When did you start drumming?
I would. Well, okay. So the answer's changed.
When I was a young warthog.
Yeah. I was apparently more like 3. Apparently.
Oh wow.
I started lessons when I was 8, but I was told by my grandparents they got me a toy kit when I was
cute
4 something. So it's all their fault. So about then, to be honest. But I started lessons when I was back.
It's been a long old time.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with incorporating rudiments when improvising. As soon as the left hand becomes the lead, it becomes what I believe you Brits called a right faff. Mood, my brother.
I try and avoid it becoming left hand leading. That's normally what I end up doing. So whether that means your rudiments as such end up getting a little bit like you end up with a double right somewhere just to be able to correct it somewhere else. So you end up with combinations that you like that are slightly different from just the straight up rudiment, and then you just end up combining those over and over and over again. So it's a muscle memory thing as well. That's what I'd say about that.
I'm a left-handed player who plays a right-handed setup. Been doing it for about 6 months or so now. I really struggle with the drum fills and speed. For example, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater.
Yes. Okay. There's.
Have you tried not doing it on a right-handed setup? Have you tried switching it
why
over?
not the left?
See if it why not?
I mean, at first it will feel painful because you've just
done all that learning, but it might be worth experimenting with the setup to just adjust it.
The time to do it is now. I don't know if Mark is outside the door or something because he's trying to call me.
Oh,
anyway,
I don't know. I'm recovering from tendonitis. I'm going into therapy. I've noticed little awareness about stretching or icing after drumming. Do drummers usually do this to prevent injuries and reduce inflammation? We definitely answered this question earlier, but do it again. I don't know if they're there. I'm going to I've just dropped something. I have someone at my front door. Bear with.
I don't know if
Take the stage.
So I'd say just don't hyperextend. So a lot of people, you see them doing, like weird, whatever, like spinning sticks and like, basically, you don't want to overextend your muscles. I've forgotten who said this online, but I've taken their advice on it because they sounded more official than anyone else did, and I think they know what they're talking about. We've got frenetic. What do you think of AI and MIDI? Well, MIDI, obviously, I love MIDI. Who wouldn't love MIDI? But AI is definitely an interesting question going into music-related things.
I've brought a special guest.
We've been blessed with my favourite thing on this planet, which is Saint Goob. Goob.
Just getting him in Instagram.
He's so fat.
He is so fat.
I love him.
He's amazing. He's soft.
Can he be our mascot?
Yeah.
I love to learn drums.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to start wrapping this up.
I believe
unfortunately,
so.
'cause Emma needs to have her din-dins.
I need to know.
So,
And to go and work some more.
yes, the work never stops. The
Yes.
grind never stops.
Yes.
But we want to start doing some more live streams. So if you enjoyed this, let us know.
Yes.
And
sure.
we'll start doing them a bit more regularly. Just have a little hangout.
Yeah.
Have a little chat.
Yeah, I'm here all the time. So this is currently Love to Learn Drums HQ.
It is. Actually, it is. We don't have an official office because we do everything remotely, but everyone just keeps coming to my house. So I guess
we live here.
he's the security. He's
Yeah.
rubbish at his job.
Angel.
But thank you so much for everyone for joining our live
Thank you so
stream.
much, guys.
Thank you for all of your support, for watching our videos. Everything you do really helps us and helps us achieve our mission of making learning the drums a good old time. So thank you so much. Thank you for your questions, and we'll see you very soon.
Yes, see you all soon. Now we've got to figure out how to turn off all of
Yeah,
these
you're gonna
lights
have
at
to
the
do
same
this because I'm
time.
holding the cat.
All right,
This
bye,
is my
guys.
tactic.
Boop, boop. We're off Instagram.
Au revoir, everyone.
How do I end this live?
I don't know.
Okay, we got it. All right.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.